Straight Riffin is filmed in front of a live internet audience.
I am riffing. Mitch is riffing. What more can I say? Straight riffing.
Do you know how fucking desperate I am for some comfort in my life? I need that pillow.
This show is intended for mature audiences only.
I've seen a lot of dicks.
I don't know how much more disgusting this experience could get.
Are you really not having a good time?
I'm having a fantastic time. I just can't believe how disgusting you
I
are.
kept yelling, I'm not gonna whip my dick out. We talked about that. I'm not gonna do that.
Featuring your host, Mitch Marzoni.
I don't walk around going like, "Hey, I'm really weird. Look at me, I'm weird." As far as I'm concerned, I'm perfectly normal. It's a litmus test for freaky.
And Teddy Tutson.
I'm a hate mercenary. Yeah.
All right. Hate mercenary.
Hater for hire. Hater for hire. I should put on good disguise.
There are two victimless crimes, all right? One, jerking off when your window's open. Two, necrophilia.
I am confessing to a large-scale crime.
Okay, all right.
Right now.
Legs akimbo, engaged in sexual discourse.
Come on, man. What kind of guest are you?
It's archived for posterity.
Great internet.
So it'll come back to haunt you every day.
Yikes.
It's time to riff.
Oh, that is right, bitches and motherfuckers. It is December 31st,
Dun, 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 dun.
2012, the very last day of the 2012 year. And episode, well, it's a bonus episode. I don't know if this counts as a real
Does
episode.
not count. This
So it's
is
a bonus episode here.
in the bonus. Double
Right.
bonus, if
Right.
you will, from
Yes.
a college basketball riffalonians.
Mm-hmm. I am your host, Reverend Mitch, and with me, as always, is the difficult Brown, the hater for hire, Mr. Teddy TMI Tutson. Happy New Year. 6 hours early.
Happy New Year to you, sir. 6 hours early. Maybe we are just so ahead because right now, when you're listening to it, it's already a new year. Boom. In your
Right,
face. Happy
right.
New Year. You're in a new fucking year 365, baby.
I mean, when you think about it, I mean, I don't know about maybe Hawaii, but I feel like we're the last ones.
The rest, half the world is already in 2013.
Yeah, like
right
California,
now, so
like Southern California, especially
the
with the time
tail,
change
yeah.
and everything else like that. We are the last ones.
us and Alaska and Hawaii, we are the fucking
Alaska's before us.
Alaska's
I'm saying like they're 4
Oh,
o'clock or
because-
3 o'clock in the
oh,
afternoon or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that makes that's why I didn't know if it was Alaska and Hawaii if they're later or earlier.
I'm not.
Hawaii's so darn close to Japan.
I'm not so sure exactly how that
Yeah,
shakes out,
I don't
but
know. I don't know. But we are like in the last.
we're the daily. The thing that always very much so upsetted me about celebrating New Year's Eve on the West Coast is that the rest of the country fucking blatantly insults you that you are behind schedule.
Right.
Because
Oh, it's only 5 p.m. in Alaska right now, so an hour behind us. Go ahead.
okay.
Sorry.
But whenever they do any of the specials on any of the networks, and this is from Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve all the way down to MTV Shebang-a-Bang,
Right.
they will always fucking say that they are broadcasting live West Coast style. And you're like, yo, first of all, like, y'all already dropped the balloons. You just reset the broadcast and you're going to lie to me that you're going live, right? And it's so fucking infuriating. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How fucking dare you?
Yeah, and then of course the thing about being on the West Coast is that you just have wave after wave after wave of everybody just being like Happy New Year, and to texting in and messages and whatever, and then by the time that it's like actually your turn,
Right.
to like be like yeah Happy New Year, you like text
They're
like,
asleep.
yeah, everybody's fucking out, bro. They're passed out, they're drunk.
Next day they're like, "Why did I get a text from you at 3 a.m.?"
Yeah, right.
Fucking
Like,
because.
why'd you send me a text so late? Because that's when my New Year's it was right on time for me.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. It would be weird
Yeah.
for me to wish you a happy New Year's on your time.
Yeah.
That would be weird.
That's
It'd be
that's
weirder.
going very above and beyond
right
in terms
right.
of consideration.
That's like an ass kissy kind of thing.
yeah.
That's like wishing an ex-girlfriend happy birthday 2 years after you broke up. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
hey, girl.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, dude,
Why?
you should not be remembering this. Like,
Yeah,
how do you
why?
know?
Why are you like? It's fine if you remember it, but you
Yeah.
don't need to publicize
Yeah,
it.
you don't
you don't
need
need
to
to
be like,
verbalize
hey.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I always get nervous about the like when it's right close to midnight. I'm always like, okay, which one of these people is so drunk they might try to kiss me? And usually the answer is none of them. Almost always, that's the answer.
When and oh, that's so.
In fact, every time that's the answer. But in my head, I'm like, would I be okay if she tried to grab at me?
You got to have
Like,
contingency plans, though.
You do, I guess.
It's nothing if you don't have a contingency plan. You can't walk through life unprepared for random motherfuckers coming up and wanting to make out.
Well, whenever it's like happening, everybody's hands go up and everything else. People start making out. I usually just grab a drink and just put it and just cover my mouth with it. So then it looks like I already did the make out thing and now I'm having the celebratory drink. When really I'm just trying to get out of the awkwardness.
You know, I always never really understood the whole having someone to kiss at midnight phenomenon.
Yeah, I think I've done it twice in my life.
I don't get why it's such a cultural staple. It would be very fascinating to dive into the crates and figure out where it came from. But I think it's a really bizarre thing that everyone is so hung up about having someone to kiss at midnight, and it's just a really strange.
I have met far too many consciously minded, skeptical type of thinking women who are like, I don't want to bring in the new year, and like not have somebody to kiss, and you're just like, why does that matter to you? It's very strange.
Yeah. It's so bizarre to me that and I feel like it's so much of it is predicated on all the fucking New Year's bashes and shenanigans and the way that it's such a consumerist activity almost in a way where it's like come to the New Year's party and buy this thing and buy that bottle.
People charge like
right, so
$50
for you go
it's
out.
like, this is a free dive bar on any other night
and
of the
it's
week.
like, oh hey, pay for this top shelf open bar for these hours and enjoy this company, and then you'll be around people that you can kiss and who knows what can happen and it's just a weird.
Have you ever
cultural
gone
hang-up.
to a place or like one of those shindig parties or whatever have you, like an all-out bash for New Year's, like one of those big deal
I
New
haven't
Year's
gone to one of the like big ones because I just it's certainly not for lack of opportunities or anything, but they just don't have that appeal. First of all, I think I don't want to be around that many crazy people.
That's fair.
At such a tumultuous time. So I don't want to put myself in that kind of...
I will say, one of my many hell on earth moments would be in my head. I think one of the worst places I could imagine being is in the middle of Times Square on New Year's Eve.
I don't even see why that's a thing people
don't
want to do.
understand.
Like and that is for the life of me. I have never understood when people are like, oh my God, I need to celebrate New Year's Eve in Times Square. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
What is the appeal?
Right.
I
hope you're not going to drink any liquids for 6 hours because you will not be able to get to any bathroom.
First thing I ever saw at Times Square New Year's Eve, and I was like, how do you pee?
Yeah.
That's the first thing I saw. And I was like, I couldn't, and I'm not going to fight through 60,000
and I don't want to ring in 2013 getting peed on.
All right, okay, and then let's say I could pee.
Pee on your brother.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah,
get
just,
together. Try to love one
on
another
the street
right now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then what happens? I got to fight back to my group every single time. What if I need a refill? Do I just get drunk and then coast for 7 hours? Because that's not fun.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
Just being blotto shit-faced drunk. You're like,
Right.
hold on, this will last me.
Yeah.
In about 6 hours, I'll be able to walk.
And then okay, do I even get to see the fucking concerts that are being broadcast everywhere? No.
I don't think so.
I don't
Yeah,
think
know.
I
got
I
those
could
big
see
screens.
I
so,
could see someone, but then I just fucking traveled across the country to hang out outside in a crush of humanity where I can't pee.
Well, see, now this is my argument. I don't like festivals and shit. I don't like music festivals.
Son,
and
festivals
shit.
are nowhere near the same, son. They're
To
not the
me,
same.
though, that I'm saying
the
that
one time
you can
we can
imagine. You
build
can
a
imagine that my disdain for music festivals. You can imagine how much worse I would think being in the middle of Times Square.
That is
Eve,
one
you
that
see.
is an example that can definitely I can begin to fully more appreciate why.
See, the reason why it's similar to festivals, at least to me, is because festivals are a lot of standing around for 6-7 hours at a time, wading through bands. Sometimes bands you like, sometimes not. But like you just get what they give you. You know what I mean? And there's porta potties and overpriced food and
That's
what I mean,
fair.
sloppy
Listen,
beer.
you make a lot of good points about
And I
festivals.
can't get a
when you talk about music
gin and
festivals.
tonic
When you talk
or
about musical festivals, though,
rum
I will
and
agree
Coke.
with you. I feel like when we were talking about this before,
Yeah.
I can't remember what episode this actually was when we talked about Mitch's disdain of festivals.
It's true.
But you,
I'll find it. But go ahead.
I was talking more like the old like town fair.
Like Renfest.
Yeah, like a you know what I'm saying? Like those kind of festivals, like
Like a good Renfest.
yeah, like
I
a
got
good
you.
harvest festival. So like a music festival, yeah, we would probably have a lot of the same criticisms in that regard. But I was always speaking more of the more local type festival entity. But I mean, I think the thing about New Year's Eve, it's just a weird. New Year's Eve has always struck me as just a weird time culturally. And I've had, I guess, maybe sort of atypical experiences because I've never really gone out or done anything that majorly, like I've gone to different parties or whatever, but like,
Right,
when I
right.
do when I do go to parties, sometimes I'm just like, I really feel like I should have just stayed home and just like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there.
And-
There is also that especially on New Year's Eve, there is that sort of pressure to kind of like find the best, possible route. And that's why, the last few years I just have made zero plans and figured, you know what? I will walk around my neighborhood or something. Last year, you and I went to that bar.
The woods.
Yeah. That was kind of fun, but it was, it was just awkward because everybody was making out around me, and I was like, I can't hide. Like I was trying to get to a
It was
corner.
it was a really awkward time. It
a
was
lot of people making out.
I felt awkward
all
as well
all
too
over
there.
me.
And that place is also again not the best spot to spend at New Year's because it's so fucking. It's a nice bar, but it's not a New Year's bar. It's real tight. It's small. There's not a lot of maneuvering room. You can't really talk to people. It's just.
Turns out it was the Alex Mandelberg episode.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because we were talking about the Riot LA festival.
Right.
and
I
was
knew that
talking
was
about
it.
festivals in general. Yeah.
But that's the other thing about it where I don't know, man. I guess fucking New Year's, it's a fascinating thing to me to see how people respond to it because it's just so much of an exercise in insanity. I feel like over and over again, and then you reach this place where people are like, in their mid-30s or whatever, and they're like, I'm not going out, like I'm just hanging out, and I'm like. And I feel weird because I'm like, what is it like? Where have I been the last is that like what am I gonna do when I'm in my fucking mid-30s? Am I just gonna
You're
I
a
don't
crotchety old man. in
yeah,
your 20s
right.
and
Yeah,
shit.
like what am I even gonna do
Get
by
off
that
my
point?
lawn,
Am I just
kids.
gonna unplug people's TVs around the neighborhood? Just like
Oh yeah, you could get one of those little remote TV
Yeah.
be going things
Yeah.
and run around and
So like I don't know. I mean, it's a fascinating thing for me to hear. Like that's what people do once they're like done with the rigmarole.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, all right, well,
Well, I do remember, like, for a number of years, I was with the same girl, and we had sort of met or hooked up or whatever have you initially, on Halloween. So we probably had 4 New Year's together, something like that. And, the first one, I don't remember. We did something. We went out for some kind of shindig or other. And then all the subsequent ones, it was just like, let's just watch movies or what. Like we didn't. There was no. But I remember like there was a feeling the next day of like, wow, we should have done something. You know what I mean? But we never actually like resolved to actually do anything. But so I mean, there is that feeling of like, oh, because you can hear. I don't care. You'd have to live in the middle of the woods to not hear a party going on around you. In fact, even in the middle of the woods, I'm sure you'd hear a shotgun or something.
I feel like in the middle of the woods, you would stumble into the kind of party where you're like, I really should have stayed home. Wow, you guys. Because, I mean, again, bro, if you're like driving some country road or something, son, just on a regular day, you got motherfuckers who just drive out there and like finish off 12, 18 packs.
Sure.
And New Year's, I'm sure you got cats who just congregate and then they probably only see each other.
Reminds me of the old joke. A guy wanted to sort of get out of the city and kind of escape, so he got himself a little cabin in the woods, stuff like that. He's unpacking all this stuff, and his neighbor comes over and knocks on the door and says, "Hey man, welcome to the neighborhood. I wanted to invite you over. A housewarming kind of thing. We're having a little neighborhood party. Come on over. There's going to be drinking. You know what I mean? drinking and a dancing and a fighting and a fucking. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm fucking up the joke, but that's how he ends his speech. It'll be a good old time to be drinking and a dancing and a fighting and a fucking. And the guy says, well, what should I wear? He goes, don't really matter. Just going to be two of us. That would be the Woods party. Or that deliverance shit you want to avoid right there.
Right. That's what I'm talking about there.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know, man. It's fucking New Year. It's just a weird. It's just I've had nothing but.
Old acquaintance be
And that song, God, I fucking.
Which, by the way, no one knows anything more than that first line, so it's okay.
And, I've had it. I do. I can't.
I've looked it up 100 times and I can never remember.
I've
anything.
had that song. Like, you know what it is? In my head, somewhere, all the lyrics have been retained, but I could not recall them. However, the last 36 hours, I've been tormented by that, like a choir just singing that in my head out of nowhere, where I'm just like something will just
Teddy, you got a choir living in your head?
at some place, bro, and it's a real old school time, and they just and I'm just like, oh, why are you doing this to me? Why? Yeah, it's like an old vicious
Like falsetto British kid?
Yeah, exactly.
all that quiet.
Yeah, it's an old falsetto British choir, bro.
Covered in soot.
Yeah. Like it's
Clean
like
up
a
chimneys.
real Dickens montage kind of thing going on, man. There's a lot of like cold snow falling and shit going on. And it's all a cappella, bro.
Happy New Year. Want me
Yeah,
clean
every
your,
day,
clean
yeah.
your shoes, clean your chimney. Look at paper.
Yeah.
Ollie oxen free.
Go sing on that young man's head over there.
Do they sing anything else, this choir? Just that. All right, for like a day and a half before New Year's.
It's a new phenomenon. I am also equally surprised by this development, just as you are, because
cool.
I'm a sucker for children's choirs. Okay, but this isn't really. This is
Right,
this
right.
is like a mix. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? This is
right,
like
right.
children, older ladies choir as well. But yeah.
I mean, I have like every fucking movie and TV show that I've ever seen
What
that
is that?
takes place around New Year's. They usually have what they'll do is they'll play the first line. This is just something I've noticed. There's a couple things I notice in pop culture. This is one of them. This is something I noticed. Feel free to check it on yourself. Look at any Christmas movie or TV show or whatever have you. Something that happens around New Year's. They'll be like, they'll do the countdown, the 3, 2, 1. Sometimes they'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever. Everybody's Happy New Year. You'll hear the song kick in. They'll do one line, and then it immediately fades out, and they focus on somebody having a conversation.
right.
Every fucking time.
Little acquaintance. I wish that was the voice that I had. I wish I had like some Tom Waits, Louis Armstrong voice merged together.
You know what? I'll bet you. I wonder if he ever did that.
Can we get? I want
Tom Waits' New Year's song. This is gonna be a New Year's song that a lot of people like to sing this around the holidays. I've never been one for New Year's, but one time I don't know. Well, he does have a song called New Year's Eve,
I don't think it's gonna be it,
but it's not at all the
It's
same
gonna be a really
thing.
depressing joint. I don't think we need to.
Of
play
course,
that.
it's gonna be a depressing
We don't
joint.
need to play
Tom
that.
Waits, baby.
We don't- Okay, you know what? We can reel it in right now, bro. We can reel it in. Is that a mandolin in the background?
God, I love Tom Waits. What's the New Year's Eve song called? Auld Lang Syne or Auld Lang Syne. Syne. Auld Lang. I don't know. I
Yeah.
can never even say the name of it. I wonder if. No. Oh my God. Oh, somebody did a cut together.
Of
Yeah.
of that song.
Oh, there we go. There you go.
He sounds like the only person who should be allowed to sing this song.
Yeah.
This sounds like it should only be a Tom Waits song. Like, and it also isn't it one of the most fucking depressing lyrical things? It
does
really
sound
fucking
like-
depressing.
It doesn't sound like let's enjoy the new year.
Yeah.
It sounds like I
It's
just
a
killed
fucking
my
really
family.
solemn.
I'm walking down the street
remembrance.
alone with a
Yeah.
shotgun.
And it's always like, and
I'm
this
gonna end it.
It seems like contrasted to what New Year's is supposed to be. It is a
Well, now to be
weird
fair,
juxtaposition.
Tom Waits will make that sound like
No, not. I mean,
he could do.
you know, I'm not talking about. I'm like of the song that is like
Right.
the official cultural
right.
New Year's song. It seems to be a very odd juxtaposition between what is the stereotype culturally for what you're supposed to do on New Year's, which is get together with your friends, and this is my chance to like show myself and express love and kiss somebody and really like set the stage to not feel like a failure for the next 365
I want to dance with somebody.
days.
I want to feel the heat
Right.
with somebody. With
And
somebody
then-
who loves me.
And then you're supposed to sing this song.
There's a little Whitney Houston there. What's
Good, I
up,
like
kids?
that. Way to do
going
it.
on?
That was solid, bro.
All right.
That's one of her top jams.
Want to feel heat with somebody.
Yeah, see? You're getting in the range of
Yeah,
that
I got
choir
a little,
there.
a little bit.
Can you pull up the lyrics there?
of the Auld Lang Syne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's-
I pulled it. Like I said, I looked
Does
it up
it
the
feel
other
like
day.
it's a really
Well, what's weird is it's one of those
somber-
songs that's been around for so long that like there's 1,000 different versions of the lyrics. Like there's the original one that was like Irish, and then somebody rewrote that.
they rewrote it
Oh,
because
Scottish. There was a Scottish
they-
one, English translation, a Scots pronunciation guide, and then a couple different versions from that.
Let's go
Should
back-
old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and Auld Lang Syne? That's not words.
I'm sure it's
For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. And surely you buy your pint cup, and surely I'll buy mine, and we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. We have to run about the slopes and pick the daisies fine, but we've wandered many a weary foot since Auld Lang Syne. We too have paddled in the stream from morning sun till dine, but seas between us broad have roared since Auld Lang Syne. And there's a hand, my trusty friend, and give us hand of thine, and we'll take a goodwill draught for Auld Lang Syne.
I'm supposed to sing that every fucking year?
Again, nobody does. It's
Right.
just that first part. But what's weird is in the movies, the song keeps going. I have noticed in person,
In
never
anything.
keeps going.
Bro, it's
You
so
only hear that first line, and then everybody goes.
it also it also keeps going and it's fucking any TV broadcast where they just bump that first couple bars,
Yeah.
and then they just, all right, give me the bed, lower the music bed down, and then boom, that's just, and then
Get back to Dick Clark,
right,
Yeah.
and then it's just fucking lingering in the background. Nobody even thinks about this song and what it means, what kind of words it's saying. All right,
Is it going to be called? By the way, this is something I just now thought about. I thought about it earlier when Dick Clark died, but this would be the first one where he's just completely not involved. Because last time he did the part of the countdown, right?
Yeah.
Will it still be called Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin'
still, I
Eve?
believe it's still
Or are
called
they
Dick
gonna be
Clark's
calling
Rockin'
it
Eve. It's still Dick
Ryan
Clark's.
Seacrest's
Nope, I think it's
horrible
still-
end of the world party?
Well, they buried that around. Did not focus group well. But they're going
Ryan
to
Seacrest, please bring on the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Look who's hosting New
Ryan
Year's Eve.
Seacrest welcomes the Four Horsemen.
Hey guys, here ready to talk to the Four Horsemen. Gonna
Here to
see-
bring on Carly J. Remsen is Pestilence. It's so. I think it's just Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve.
Famine.
still. Famine. Here to introduce the niggas in Paris. Famine.
Hello. I see you're all very hungry tonight. It makes me happy.
Oh
Now, Jay-Z.
yeah,
Like no reason whatsoever.
Before I bring up your first act, I just want to say, check out the open bar. Also, Pestilence Forever. And now, Wu-Tang.
Now, the thing is, I love the Four Horsemen song by Metallica, but I can never remember them when I want to remember them.
It's Pestilence, Famine.
The other ones are kind of dumb because they're easy. War and Death, which is like, come on, they're the same thing.
No, it's not.
I guess.
It's not the same thing at all.
Well, I mean, you could very well just die in a war, then you get two at once, right? You know,
I'm
But if
sure
you
War
live,
and Death
it's
have
worse.
constant skirmishes
Yeah.
over jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Pestilence
Like
and
you
Famine are
would,
just
I would
chilling.
imagine that if all you had was war, you would welcome death.
Right.
But if you had death, you wouldn't really. You'd be like, whatever, I'm gonna die anyway. I don't give a fuck how. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit weird. Pestilence is
Death, I feel like, would be the ultimate horseman, though.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be. Right?
Everybody goes through death.
Yeah, pestilence is infectious disease. That's the one I always forget. Like,
Yeah, right.
I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean?
I just want to let everybody know to put a napkin over your drink or don't. Pestilence.
Steve, third row. I hear that cough is getting worse.
Yeah, right. Shout out to everybody that does not pee in the toilet and makes it.
We're gonna get the war started in a moment. First, Gangnam Style. You know, gonna do that, and afterwards a little bit of death. You know, just gonna have that up in your grill.
Here to watch the ball drop over Times Square is Justin Bieber and Famine.
Right? Who would be the soundtrack of Famine? Really? If not Justin Bieber, I don't know. Really, he doesn't look like he eats much.
Famine, famine, famine. Oh,
I've literally heard in my life, maybe I've heard more, but to my knowledge, to where I heard it and said, "What is this?" and somebody said, "This is Justin Bieber," and then I walked away. I've literally heard 10 seconds of Justin Bieber, and when somebody was like, "This is Justin Bieber," I was like, "You're putting me on. This sounds like a 12-year-old,
You're having a
girl,
laugh.
like a 12-year-old girl." Singing about like dolls or something. I didn't hear.
I had a similar moment.
I literally don't remember anything about the song. I just remember going, "That's not a guy."
I like that you had, first of all, a fucking 10-second chess clock. Just like, boom, I'm out.
That's it.
I'm done. I'm about this bitch. I had a
Your move, Pestilence.
Yeah, right. I had a moment like that similarly when I was on a car recently. I take the bus all the time to really listen to the radio or anything, and I was like, oh, so is this what the cool? It was like a top 40 station. Like, this is what the cool kids are listening to right now.
Right.
And I was like, so I was having some fun with that, and then I was like, what's this song? That came on, and they looked at me like I was crazy, and they were like, it's Lady Gaga. I was like, oh really?
Gaga
Really?
has
It
a
was-
crazy song?
No, it was Paparazzi. I've never heard her song.
Oh, wow.
But I
Right.
really
Yeah, yeah,
honestly
that's
have
fair.
made it a
Yeah.
I had to make it active after to stay away from her. 'Cause she's
The
so
first time I
ubiquitous.
heard Poker Face was when Faith No More covered it.
Yeah,
And I, was like,
heard
this is a pretty good
Paparazzi.
jam, and they're like, "That's a Lady Gaga song." I was like, "All right, well, she writes a good jam." Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'll grant her that. Like, she's infectious, goddamn shit. And the one what was that fucking one? Da da ooh da 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 ga ga boo ba la da.
Poker
Bad
Face.
Romance.
Oh, Bad Romance.
That's a good jam. I can get down with that jam just about any day of the week. But the one there's a cover this chick Lizzie does. It's a chick singer, and
Who knew you were such a secret Gaga head?
not much, but a little bit. Yeah, I'll
You
get down with it.
took
I
a
will.
little-
I
you
will.
took a- you
But
took
I
a
got
long way around
this cover that
Ben.
Lizzie. I thought it was Lissy. It's Lissy, not Lizzie. Lissie does a Bad Romance. That's just really good. Like surprisingly good. If you don't like the song. Even if you don't like the song, I should say, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I'm saying is like Gaga's got a good songwriting ability to her. She's pretty good, huh? Hold on, skip ahead to the end. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't know. She also does a really good.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
She also does a really good cover of. I played it for you before. "Pursuit of Happiness" by what's his name? Kid Cudi. Yeah. She does a really good cover of that as well. I'll play it real quick, just because it's New Year's Eve.
Just 'cause
and
you had to
it's a
wash
New
the-
Year's Eve kind of
Watch
thing.
the taste out of that Lady Gaga.
Yeah. Pretty good, huh? Here comes that chorus. Pretty good, right? Pretty good shit. Anyway, that chick, every cover I've heard her do, and they're not a cover band, but I haven't actually listened to any of her real songs, but like every cover I've heard them do, I'm like, I like this song all over. Like even if it's a song I didn't like Metallica, Nothing Else Matters, or that Kid Cudi song, I was like, this is a good jam. Like I want to hear I went to go listen to the original and had that white boy moment that I have. had that moment.
Yes.
Where I like,
yes. Black caps, blacky way, black ribbon, baby.
we're gonna get into that in a
Just
minute.
a tease.
But like,
Just a tease.
the amount of times where I hear like some white, rock band or whatever cover a rap song, I'm like, oh, that's a good jam. I'm gonna go hear the original. And I'm like, oh, that's way too. Whatever. I don't know. It's way too urban for me. It's way too rap.
Urban,
It's way
how
too,
you dare? It's way
I was just
too
gonna
black
say
and
it's
black.
way too and leave it at that, but you wanted me to put a word in
I didn't
there,
want to
so.
put you. You put a word in there. You put
No, I
urban
just said
in
it's
there.
way too. And
You
you're like,
and-
way too what?
You
So
and
I-
Clear Channel been
that's
putting the
fair.
same word.
And now we've got an urban track from Kid Cudi.
Kudi,
Kudai?
Kid Kudai.
I'll tell you, could I get an easier name to pronounce? Wing wing, wow, chicka boom boom.
We're on air. Oh shit.
Oh, oh damn. Well, this one goes out to all my Negroes.
He's gonna. Oh god, the black's gonna have my head for this one.
This next
Why
one
are
is,
we still on? Damn
Black
it.
People in France
Yeah.
by Mr. James Z.
By Mr. Sean Carter. I don't know what his rap name is. I looked him up on Wikipedia, and I went with the name in parentheses.
Who's Sean? Is that
That's his real name.
did not know. Why J then?
Huh?
Why Jay Z of all things? This has got to do with the Illuminatis. What's up?
It's some real Illuminati shit.
Illuma filthis.
I'm not actually sure fully on the Jay-Z, but it's there are a couple of people who had similar kind of names in that rap scene. There's a cat named Big Jazz, I think.
Who's the guy with the ice cream cone on his cheek?
That would be Gucci Mane.
There we go. Oh, we did talk about him, but
Whenever you hear anybody just yell out Gucci,
yeah, we talked about him 2 weeks ago.
right?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is, and it's gotta be. I mean, like that makes me laugh so hard, and that's one of those things that, like we talked about with Yasser, which is like it's so stupid, it's just amusing. Where like Gucci has been reappropriated by just a clownish buffoon who has ice cream cones tattooed on his face and has songs called Lemonade where he just raps about getting everything in yellow. And he's known for just shouting out Gucci. And now that is what Gucci is almost known for, and amongst a whole generation of people.
That's awesome.
Less high-end fashion and more reappropriated.
I wonder if their stock takes a dive.
Then that's the shit.
You know what I mean? There's
and
got to
that's
be
when I,
some
like-
guy on Wall Street who bought his wife a Gucci bag, and somebody's like, "Yo, Gucci," and she's like, "Excuse me, okay, I'm just
it
trying
is
to-
Gucci. Like, yeah, whatever, bitch. I'm listening to Gucci Mane. And then like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
it's the
Why
same
are they
thing.
throwing ice cream cones at me?
It's the same thing that happened with Cristal and Jay-Z when he, they were like, we don't really want all these rappers with our product. And
yeah.
they were like, all right, fuck you then. We'll drink.
Yeah.
We'll fucking just make our own champagne then. And now that's why you've got.
I thought they went back to Dom.
No, someone went to Dom. Someone would do like Ace of
Because Dom
Spades.
was like, "Yeah, come to me. I'm
Ace-
fucking
yeah,
fine
right?
with that."
It's plenty, and then like that's why like Diddy has his own thing with Ciroc. That's why
Oh,
he's all
yeah,
over
yeah.
that shit. But they were just like,
That's a
all right.
vodka, though.
Yeah, it's a vodka, but it's the same principle. Like, all right, fuck you. We'll just kind
That's
of make
another thing
our
I've
own
noticed
brands.
in the black community. There's no D in vodka.
Vodka.
It's just vodka.
Vodka. That vodka.
Yeah.
That vodka, that Sprite. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's no, It's
yeah.
not vodka.
Yeah.
What is vodka? I don't know what that is.
It's a distilled spirit.
Vodka.
Okay. Usually 6
So
to
you
8 times
pronounce
charcoal or diamond
Pronounce
filter.
it.
Vodka.
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 Not vodka.
It's vodka.
What's that song?
Vodka.
I'm getting fucked up. And then Maker's Maca cranberry vodka. You gotta understand, like, that's why I would be a terrible rapper. In my head, if I saw Maker's Mark cranberry vodka written side by side, I'd be like, "You those do not rhyme." And he'd come up and go, "No, check us out. Maker's Maca cranberry vodka." I'm like, "Holy shit!"
That's one of the things
That is
I've
incredible.
had we talked about before with various friends. From my friend Jordan that you met before. He always talk about black people with words, and I'm like, it's amazing, bro. What we have done, where we just like, oh, you mean that's not supposed to rhyme? And then we're just like, nah, son, nah. I
believe in the black community. I know they will find a way to rhyme purple and orange. Orange, actually, you could rhyme with porridge if you put a little twang in there or something like that. Purple, I'm waiting.
Somebody's got a real ill purple rhyme got out. Somebody in the streets has got a real ill purple.
I feel like
rhyme.
Eminem used a line once that was like, "What the fuck rhymes with purple?" or something like that. Or
He
I'll
has
leave
something
fine.
like that. He
Something like that.
also has a on his Encore. I think it's Encore album, Yellow Brick Road. He talks about when he is starting to rap with his buddy Proof at the hip hop shop in Detroit, and how they became friends. And he talks about this rhyme that he used where he rhymed birthday with first place. And he's like, he doesn't even use the rhyme in the fucking song. He just like references it, and it like kind of still works. And you're just like, I don't even know. Like to this day, like I know that it works somehow, but like when I try and replicate it in my head, it doesn't. Unless I'm listening to it, it's so fucking tough to make that.
We could do a Beastie Boys rap. I'll just say birthday in first place. So you give me a sentence that'll end in birthday. I'll yell out birthday. And then you give me a sentence or a line rather. Sorry, not a sentence, a line, and then it'll end in first place. And we'll do the Beastie Boys thing.
Everybody getting ready for Mitch's
Birthday.
Okay, I wasn't ready for that. Hold on.
This is the exact. By the way, people at home, Teddy and I tried to record a new intro for the show.
No, don't do that.
I'm not gonna play it. It's been burned digitally. It's been erased and secure, deleted, and it doesn't exist. But we tried to, and I was like, all right, I wrote like a verse, and then you're gonna like freestyle because I can't freestyle. But I was like in my head when I thought like we should freestyle a rap. I freestyled something in my head, and I was like, "Ooh, that's good," and I wrote it down. Which is, I know, not really freestyling, but like, I've never done it before, so give me some slack. And so we sat down, and I had the beat ready and everything else like that, and I did my thing, and I pointed at him like, "All right, it's your turn," and he did the exact same thing. He's like, "Wait, I don't know."
Well, I didn't expect you to come that hard with first place, bro. You were just so fucking.
I did birthday.
Birthday,
Well,
my
that's
bad.
it's that Beastie Boys.
No, bro, that
thing,
was
yeah.
not Beastie Boys. So
Beastie
that
Boys,
was
huh?
some cool. That was more cool, Bo D. than anything. Yeah, that was like
Okay,
Big Daddy.
I'll do
That was
Beastie
like
Boys.
Big Daddy. No, you can do whatever comes right, bro. I'm just saying, son. I was expecting Beastie
All right,
Boys,
fuck
and
it.
I got fucking.
The point is, you could do it. You could do
Oh.
it. It's possible. All right, let's quickly
man.
let's talk about 2013 and straight riffing. For people that don't know, we'll be having our second annual month-long celebration of black people on podcasts. The Blackuary Black Riffin,
Blackuary Black Riffin.
which was accidental last year, but this
we-
year will be quite intentional.
Quite intentional. It's still a lot of tomfoolery.
Yeah.
But we've got
And conveniently, the very last episode of Blackuary Black Riffin is also our 100th episode. So it's
I
like,
think that it's entirely fitting.
yeah,
entirely
it's
appropriate.
awesome how that worked out. So that'll be pretty good.
yeah.
We have a guest. I won't say it yet. We'll reveal that in due time. But the guest finally was booked. So that's good.
Exciting for us. He
yeah.
is a good friend of the show. Very excited to come back on. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We'll be starting off. I think we can share this about Blackuary Black Riffin. The black cap extraordinaire, Mr. Quincy Jones.
Quincy, not that Quincy.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones.
Mr. Random Q Jones on Twitter, who will never be followed by Yasser Lester.
I have a feeling he's going to call him out that night.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna get real.
We might have to get Yasser on the horn.
We might have to. It's gonna be some black on black crime that's gonna happen with the headquarters.
Black on black murder.
Quincy Jones, who helps to create the theory of the black cap, in which Mitch increasingly feels
I still have no idea what that was
the
about.
discomfort of all of white
First
America.
off, I don't know what it means. I don't know where it came from. I don't know how you know what it means. And I also don't know why when he immediately started saying it, you both had a rap at the exact same time, saying it over and over again the same way and knew what it meant. Like some kind of weird black telekinesis.
You know what it is?
Kyle.
It is like how everyone always scoffs at spontaneous musical dance numbers in sitcoms or whatever. But like black people, that's like living.
Singing in the rain.
Yeah, right. It's like living proof though for black folks or whatever.
Yeah, if you listen to that episode, you would have thought that on the way up in the elevator, Teddy and Quincy were like, "Listen, here's what we're gonna do
For the
right?
first 20 minutes.
Right, just start yelling black. Here's the beat, right? It's black cap, black cap, black cap. I don't know how it goes after that.
Put your black cap. Oh, put your
See,
black cap. Oh,
You see this? They like
black
did
cap,
it in.
black
I don't know
cap,
where the
black
hell.
cap, black cap. And then even Quincy even came up with a recurring theme for it as well, with his black cap.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Right. He had a bridge section.
Yeah, Quincy had a hook and a bridge. So Quincy will be kicking off Black Area Black Riffin. He's very excited about that.
Yeah.
And then we've got some other great guests lined up. You can check out riffin.net later on as 2013 progresses.
Our first guest of the new year. I think we can reveal.
We can go
Yeah,
ahead.
Josh Waldron.
Mr. Peter Riffin himself.
Peter Riffin.
He will
Now,
be.
has he? I feel like he's been to the new studio, but I could
He
be wrong.
has not been here.
It took you a minute. That's the sound of somebody thinking it through.
I don't think he's been here.
It was probably just before we moved
Yeah,
in
I
here.
think it was just
because it
before.
wasn't even that long ago that he was on.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Was he?
Let's find
I don't
out.
know if he was. I think it wasn't.
Episode 56 was the last time he was on.
It was before here, I believe so. Before the new studio.
Yeah. It was episode 56, April 10th, 2012. So yeah, that would have been like 2 weeks before we got here.
Yeah. So he will be kicking off our 2013 riffin. He is now back in Los Angeles, beating around the scene.
Remind me when he comes on that I need to have a discussion with him about his weird texting habits.
Y'all have some unfinished business from the y'all have like from each podcast that he comes on. There's always this very weird dynamic between two. You're like with like you like riff against each other the entire way through the episode. There's always some threads that need to be.
Yeah,
tightened
well,
up after
this
it.
one's weird. I don't know if he does this with you, where he texted me like in the last just before all this Christmas business for about 2 weeks in a row. About every 3-4 days, he would text me like, "Yo, what's going on?" Or like, "Hey, what you up to?" Or like, "What are you doing tonight?" Things like this, and I'd always answer like, "Not much. What's up with you?"
And then you get nothing.
And
back.
then nothing.
nothing back.
One time he was like, "Oh, I'm going to be in Hollywood later. Do you want to hang out?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm not in Hollywood right now, but I will be in the next like hour and a half." And he's like, "Cool, I'll hit you up when I get there." Nothing.
See,
Yeah.
we're gonna have a talk. We'll have a talk.
Does he
Mr.
do that with
Peter.
you, or is that just?
I think that might just be a you thing. I don't get that. I get some other.
I get
weird
that a lot
things.
from just people in general. When women do it, I generally feel like I was like, okay, that I got better dealed. I get it. You know what I mean?
You got better. Oh man,
That's the way I feel it. I know in my head. You know what I mean? When a girl's got like kind of plans, you know what I mean? And you're like, oh yeah, let's hang out later. And they're like, cool, I'll hit you up. And then you hear nothing. And you're like, hey,
What's going
we
on?
hanging out or what? Like, you know, not the 5 text, but just a one. Like, I'm about to just cut loose on it. Like, cut the ties to this plan. This
Right.
loose plan we had going for maybe an hour from now. You know, and I'm like, I just need to know, do I wash my balls now or do I wait? And you know, if I don't get it, I'm like, oh, fuck it. And then like months will go by and they're like, hey, I haven't seen you in forever. And it's like, that's your fault. All right. So, yeah, but yeah, Josh, that's a weird thing he's done a few times. I could show you. It's an archive of him going like, what's up?
Well, we will.
Yeah. So I'll
We
be
will,
curious.
we
I'll
will
be
7
curious to get
days
into
from
that.
now have the chance to. He also a lot
In just 7 days.
creeping back into the scene just as much as he creeped on out of the scene.
Yeah, and then he creeped in and then creeped out again.
yeah.
So he's back again.
Yeah, he's back for the first time. Josh Waldron.
Don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years.
And of course, lurking on the horizon somewhere in 2013 for Riffin is of course our episode of Shrew Madness.
Oh Jesus, yeah, we gotta do
We
that.
still have got to plan that out now.
Yeah, I have an LSD/shroom hookup now. I still have those shrooms.
Yeah.
Like they're still in the freezer.
I gotta make sure that we're potent and
Probably not.
We've got.
Do you have any idea how many times I've been like, I'm just gonna throw that in the fucking coffee grinder and do that shit right now? But then
Nope.
I'm like, nah, it's terrible.
We gotta
'Cause
we
if it
gotta
is potent
we gotta
at all,
set
now
a
I'm
date,
shrooming.
and we have no shortage of Well, go ahead for the people who are not familiar with this idea. This is something that we've been kicking around for a while. That Mitch and I want to do for an episode here. Mitch, what you
Yeah,
doing?
it was sort of a straight shrooming. We were gonna or acid, whatever, straight tripping,
straight tripping,
and we were gonna just do
straight tripping on straight
ideally,
riffing.
the thing that held it back before is well, basically the idea was that we would just drop acid or take shrooms, whatever, at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on like a
Right.
Saturday or
Probably a little
something.
earlier. We give some time.
Yeah,
Probably like
something.
11.
And then we just anybody who's been on the show before, is welcome to come out and hang.
We would kind of
kick
we
it.
would have a schedule
like
of
an
people
open,
coming
open
through.
door policy.
Yeah,
sort of.
so we would have like certain people who would just kind of rotate through over the course of like 5 or 6 hours, and then other people could kind of come through and just pop in,
Yeah,
and we would just sort of see where the riffing took us.
yeah, yeah.
As we rode the wave
Yeah.
of whatever substances that had altered us.
Yeah, exactly,
So
exactly.
that's-
The difficulty was in the last apartment. I was like, I don't want to have to let anybody get to the gate, and that's still the case here. But
Again,
I mean,
I
I don't
say
know.
we can volunteer Dickie Omar, Richard
true. Be the
Windling,
doorman.
to be the doorman. He has accepted this many a times.
that's true.
I don't know why you keep forgetting this.
It'd be a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
We'd give him plenty of.
Give him
I
a
don't know,
Subway
weed or
sandwich.
something.
Yeah,
There we go. Yeah,
and
a couple of beers.
Yeah, no doubt, he'd be fine.
Yeah.
He'd be good. So we will bring that to you sometime in 2013.
We do have to do that. Yeah, once the summer months come around.
Sometime with a bit of a hiatus. So
I think what'll have to I will have to call the people who programmed the gate originally. I did it just before I moved in here. I called the people. I got a hold of the company. That the apartment complex, by the way, says is impossible to get a hold of them. And I was like, dude, I did an hour of research and I was able to find them.
it's impossible if you don't want to call them
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you don't do.
It's
your
impossible
job.
to just think about it and hope they show up.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because they lost the master code to program the thing, and I'm like, how do you run how the fuck? You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Listen, you're making my job real difficult by asking me to do it.
if I had, if I lost the password on my Netflix account or whatever the hell, I'll get it. No, that's too easy. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if I had something in my life where I was like, I need to be able to do this, but I'm missing this piece of information, I fucking get that information.
You would like to think.
Now, I know that's just how I am.
No, I mean,
I'm
people
that
in
kind of
general,
guy.
people
Yeah.
in general, yeah.
So I did
Yes.
at the time. I did call and got everything handled and everything else, and had an appointment set up. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this as leverage to like get another parking spot. And then it was like I don't know. They were just it was right before a weekend or something like that, and just nobody was in the office for like 5 days. And I was like, ah. So I was like, well, I'll do it again next week, and I just forgot. So that's partly my fault. But
We're gonna get that done.
we'll get that done. We do need to.
We'll get it done.
Be a good time.
And I think the big things we got kind of kicking around. Going on. Some other, quite a few other surprises
doing things, yeah.
lurking around. So.
Maybe there'll be a new album from Teddy this year. Maybe that'll happen. That might be a thing that happens in this year.
I have
I'll be releasing an EP as soon as fucking Justin DuBois gives me the footage.
my kingdom for a venue is the conundrum now, but hopefully by the spring of
That's gonna be a bonus track on your album, My Kingdom for a Venue. Like before you officially take the stage, just go up and do like a minute on fucking. Let me tell you something, Then you go, all right, I'm leaving, and then I'll introduce you if you want. I won't be nearly as energetic as you will, but I'll give it a shot, and then you do your thing.
oh man, but yeah, I'm
Get them warmed up or whatever.
hopefully by the end of Q1, the album will officially be dropped. So very excited about that. Excited to put that production together. So yeah, man, that's my big.
Do you want me to play the attempt at our new intro?
Oh, wait, are you gonna play? Which one are you gonna play though?
Well, let me unhook my mic and turn off this real quick and see what it is.
Oh.
I know which one this is.
Oh. Oh my god! It makes me laugh so hard already. Oh man, Mitch.
This was the full one with the intro.
Oh god. Okay.
This was the one with like the talking, but people told me to take that out, so I could do the one without the talking.
Do the one without the talking. I
All
suppose.
right, all right. Let's
We'll-
do the one
we'll-
without.
we'll do
Let's.
the one
I hope this is the right one. We'll see. We'll see what
man.
happens.
This is-
Oh yeah, this is the one.
Mitch picked out the beat.
Now everybody thinks that's part of the intro.
Reverend Nick straight ripping. Bitches be tripping. But we ain't slipping cause we're flipping. This stripping. This motherfucking podcast. Daddy. Put these motherfuckers on blast.
Oh shit. Straight ripping, fresh out the kitchen. We are your motherfucking podcast prescription. So stop looking, listen. No honky stripping. Everybody look live. It's straight ripping.
It's a pretty good jam. I still like it. I'm still embarrassed every time I hear myself rap, but like,
I know that feeling.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't think you do because
I
you're
do.
not white.
No, son. I've heard it's weird. It's a
Like
weird
maybe
thing.
maybe just a bit more pressure for you because like you're expected to be able to do it.
Bro. You know how many times I would show up at a party and people would just be like, "Yo, kick a freestyle." And I'm like, "I'm just here to drink. I'm just here to fucking have a recreational time."
Here, Mitch, grab these apples, juggle for me.
Yeah,
I'm like what?
man.
What?
Yo, this should never fucking went away, dude. Anytime you show up at a fucking party, bro, you go to college and fucking, yo, hey, yo.
It'd be like if I showed up to like a predominantly black party and they were like, Mitch, tell us about that Friends episode. I'd be like,
Yeah,
oh,
no,
listen,
son, it'd
listen,
be
I
worse
get
than
it,
that,
I
dude.
get
It'd be
it.
worse than that if they're like, yo, do my taxes. And you're like, why?
I'm not Jewish for onesies.
You know,
Okay.
white people with money, y'all be knowing things.
Yeah, we be knowing shit.
And it's like, you can't not do it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
At some point, you're just like, fuck, like, I can't just run away forever. I at least have to, like, have something. I at least have to do it at some point to just get you away because it won't end,
Yeah.
you know? But it's the
Is it-
fucking.
I have in literally, like I said, I have in my head freestyled. I have won a lot of rap battles in my head.
Chris Reed also said that you are a natural freestyler. Let's always point out. I always
I don't remember him saying that.
I
at
remember
all.
him saying that very well on his episode. Chris Reed pointed out that you are a natural freestyler. But go on.
All right. But that's the thing is, in my head, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like with no pauses or anything else like that.
Yeah.
But the moment I'd have to actually, like, enunciate, even in, like, the car when nobody's listening, the moment I get to, like, the third word, I'm like, I feel like such a fucking jackass.
I feel so awkward rapping. I think it's too much self awareness. You know, and I feel so uncomfortable. Like I've had.
That's the same problem I have with dancing. Like,
In
I'm way
relationships-
too fucking self-conscious of everything with the movements in the body, and I'm like, I don't think I have rhythm.
If I've had a
rhythm.
girlfriend or something
Yeah.
ask me to rap, you know, because they were like, "Oh, I just want to hear it." I'm
like write a
"No."
romantic rap for Valentine's Day?
No, just like let me
Bitch,
hear.
I
something.
love you.
Yeah.
Let me put my glove on you.
Are we gonna do that to every rap? Is gonna be to the roof.
Listen, it's the only beat I know. All right.
That was pretty good for freestyle. See,
Yeah.
Chris was
See.
right.
Yeah.
He was right. He told
Bitch,
you.
I love you. Let me put my glove
But
on
I'm
you.
too like
I
I'm
mean,
too self-aware.
good.
You know, like the only way, and I think it's a real like it's very just it's a personal thing on my end. But like I can't just like rap in some offhand circumstances. I'm like I feel so fucking.
Yo, your eyes is like almond.
I feel so like I can't I can't. It's
Right.
I'm too aware. There's no barrier to separate the like performance from the level of awareness of being like, oh god, I can't believe I'm fucking rapping right now. Are you kidding? You know,
Start off the rap with that. I can't believe I'm doing this.
I can't believe.
I really want to take a piss. Something. Just Moon, June, spoon. I don't know where you go from there.
You don't go anywhere.
I know.
You go nowhere.
You go nowhere with
You
that.
go
That's-
nowhere.
that's for
But the
sure.
other thing, dude, like the second you open your mouth, you commit it. Then you got to keep going, man. You can't just like. You can't
That's the other
just-
part. How do you know when you're supposed to be done?
You gotta. It's the same thing.
You
with
gotta wait till
comics.
they all go, yo!
Same thing with a comedian, bro.
That's sad
When you
part,
hit
yeah.
your punch, you fucking walk off on the high note, son.
Ideally.
No, that's
But,
how it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Well, you ultimately know where the freestyle is going, so you know when you're setting up your lines, and you know when you're fucking
Sure.
dropping bombs on cats.
But I mean,
son.
like, if you're supposed to do 10 minutes at a comedy club and your fucking big thing happens at 3 minutes, do you go like, I'm done? You know what I mean? Ideally, what you want to do
Now, here's the difference.
is you want to put that big finish as close to that 10-minute mark as you can. But sometimes, you don't know
though-
what they don't like.
Yeah,
you
but
know what I mean?
sometimes though, you just fucking your 3 minute is setting up to 6 minute because you're just a power hitter. And
Mm.
then sometimes this is the difference between comedy and like a freestyle kind of jump off is that like there's never been.
I'm good at one of them.
Yeah.
Difference number one.
The comedy. There's never been a comedian who like told a joke that was so awesome that like the other comics just like went on stage and were like, "Yo, the show is over. The show is over." Did you imagine? That would be the greatest shit in the world, though. But it doesn't happen. If some cat just dropped a fucking punchline and like the host was like, "Wait a minute, it's over. Shut it down. I know we're only halfway through the set. I'm paying everybody their money back. Y'all can go home, son."
Drop the mic. Let's finish
Right?
it out right.
And like you were only like halfway through your set. You hadn't even finished.
And all the other comics are like, man,
Yo.
I'm gonna get him next week,
Right.
motherfucker.
But like that'll happen
There's like
in
a scrap in the parking lot.
Like a fucking freestyle battle or something. Like, are you kicking around freestyle circle? Even if it's not a rap battle and you guys just freestyling and someone just drops a mean verse and they just wrap it up just ill. And they weren't even done. They might still be going. And then fucking
Slap them babies at the christening.
Yeah, right there. Oh, and then, oh, just get
By the way,
mobbed,
do you have any idea how many white friends I show that clip to that have the
Please.
same reaction that I do?
which is
It's just like that would be the most uncomfortable place in the world for me to be. just up there, being Biggie, being his Biggie self, as it were. Wildly uncomfortable, but also it's that thing where the video clips. For people who don't know, we're talking about the you can look it up on YouTube, Biggie or B.I.G.
Notorious H.I.G.
and the Notorious Hitler. You could also look up. Is Hitler and B.I.G. Sort of mashed up? It's a video of Hitler,
and
but
the
audio
famous
is,
Notorious B.I.G. Tupac freestyle. What's Biggie's verse?
to be fair, famous to let's call it infamous. I don't know how famous it is.
It
but
is
like-
famous, sir.
All right.
In
all right,
circles
all
that
right.
are not traveled
All right,
by
all right.
Mitch, it is a well-known. Everyone knows that Biggie Tupac that freestyle.
All right. Well, it's
a Nazi
It is very
rally.
It's very poignant.
Yeah,
It really hits you.
and the dubs are fucking. Are we just?
That's just me fucking up. That's what it sounds like when I fuck it up.
I know what it is. Whenever Mitch starts rapping, I'm just like not prepared for like how it just gets so real.
I don't know if I have the original one where we were trying to do that.
I'm just not ready for it.
That's a jam, son. Oh shit, I didn't know you had beats like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah.
We're straight ripping. Bitches be chick.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Supposed to be mother.
oh, this was the part where you were like,
Put these bitches on. What's supposed to be motherfuckers?
Oh yeah.
so there's just some outtakes from us trying to do the
Great.
intro.
That's just tremendous.
Yeah, it's a good time.
But I mean, it's that video's that.
Smacking babies at the christening.
But see, that's a line that like it's just shut down. So sometimes you just kill it so much that like cats will just like shut your freestyle down because you don't like. What else is there to say? You know what I mean? You can't keep going after that, bro. But that would actually be I would love to be at a comedy show where someone just killed it that fucking badly that just like the rest of the comics stormed the stage and just like ended the show. Just
Right,
voluntary. You wouldn't. I mean, like it would have to be so fucking amazing.
yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing. No comic's ever gonna give up stage time, bro. So that's the difference between
that
freestyle
is
and
a difficult part.
rapping. And
Like it
fucking-
doesn't matter if you're George Carlin destroys a room and then it's like, hey, do you guy who's never been on stage want to do 3 minutes?
Yeah.
And he's gonna be like, yeah. Let me get up there. It's like, why would you do that?
Right.
You're gonna ruin the vibe of the room. George Carlin just destroyed everyone. They'd be like,
Which
yeah.
is- I feel like-
Am I still getting 3 minutes or what? What's the deal?
But I feel like even in the episode in freestyle, bro, like you can be like, all right, yeah, you got that one. That's your beat. I'm not gonna like get on the same beat and try and like do it again. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not.
I'm
gonna
also slapping babies at your christening. That's me, like all white and shit. Get up there. They're like shut down. I'm like, excuse me.
Yeah.
All is fair in rap battles.
My slow
And,
flow is equally remarkable.
I will also shoot Dread in the head. Yes. Smack a few more babies that we're christening.
That's one of the fucking dopest lines. I'm
It
always
is good.
I'm much more of a Notorious B.I.G. fan than a Tupac fan, and I just Because
Yeah, I tried to get into
flair.
it.
It's just
wasn't
there's-
into it.
There's no flair in a Tupac lyric of anything that compares to smacking babies at their christening, which is just, that's. But like Biggie has like lyrics like that all the time, dude. Where he's just
All
like
day, day.
all day, every day, son. And he like when he tells a story, man, like he as a storyteller, like I would listen to Biggie tell any story. Like Biggie could have been a newscaster, son. He would have been the greatest newscaster of all time.
Listen. Here's what's going on.
I love your
Here's
Biggie,
what's
by the
going
way,
on.
because it sounds like a drunk
Listen,
Elvis.
here's what's going on. Here's what's going on in the streets, y'all. Just listen to me real quick now. I'm just gonna say, first off, more money, more problems. That's what I'm saying.
It really does sound like Elvis, and your Biggie is amazingly like Elvis. It's so good. I love when you try that out.
I'm gonna smack babies at the christening.
Thank you very much.
We'll just go ahead and get this off.
Well, he had that like you could hear his throat going, please,
Yeah, you know.
please, Luz, I can't hold the walls back anymore.
It's true. It's very true.
Probably if he snorted now, you could hear it like in the, if he was upstairs in the master bedroom, you could hear it down like in the basement. You'd be like, oh, Biggie's sleeping.
It's weird that I take the bus. I feel like it's weird where I take the bus all the time past where he was shot. It's really weird.
Was it here? I thought it was in
Nope,
Vegas.
LA.
Tupac was Vegas.
Yep, Peterson Automotive Museum over off Fairfax and Wilshire. That's where it was shot.
Wow.
It's really weird. Especially I was working over there for a little bit.
Do you ever think about River Phoenix when you drive past the Viper Room?
I don't go past the Viper Room that often.
Okay, well, just wondered, curious.
But if I did, I probably would think about it now.
Every time I'm at Sunset and Vine, I think about that fucking weirdo that, like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, whatever it was, it just stood in the middle of the street and started shooting people.
Yeah.
That was a fucking
Hollywood
weird.
shootout.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Well, not the Hollywood shootout, but I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
The
And that's that thing where, in your head, you're going, I'm in a car. I could just mow the guy down. But I think everybody was like, for a second, I could do that, but no. You know what I mean? Like everybody, even trucks, saw the guy and were like, I'm turning the fuck around. And it's weird
so
in your head.
naturally
You
instinctual,
think, well, I could mow him down. There's no way he could shoot fast
There's
enough to
also
stop
the
my
sense
truck.
of like, I'm just going to run. I mean, you also have to get past that barrier of, as someone who has experienced the unfortunate trauma of being in a vehicle that ran over somebody.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It is one of the most disturbing feelings imaginable in every conceit that you can think of. So
Yeah, I would imagine.
to avoid that is a very understandable human instinct. But it is, it's definitely weird when you kind of just walk around and you think of crazy incidences that have happened that have these sort of prominence.
On my very block on Halloween, I missed a shooting 4 people on my corner. I missed it by like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was thinking, should I go out now? And I was like, no, you know what? I'm gonna check some email. You know what I mean? Do my hair a 10th time or whatever. For whatever reason, I just thought I'm gonna wait 10 more minutes. I don't know why. I just thought like I don't want to go out too early because there won't be anything going on. And missed it by 10 minutes. Thank Christ for that. Not literally, Christ. No, don't get. I didn't get religious over the holidays. I don't even think
A little bit he did.
Just a little bit.
Where did you get that prayer shawl from?
Yeah.
Well, now we've got the holidays are behind us now, and
Well, they will be in 5 hours.
2013
Yeah.
in the foreground. So, Mitch, what are we doing? Are you reminiscing on what are we doing here? We're gonna close out with some
Yeah, I was
2012
thinking-
reminiscence or 2013 predictions, or what do you?
Well, I originally thought
what
about
do
doing
you-
predictions, but then I thought, I was like, what the fuck am I going to predict? Like, I got nothing. Like, I was like, things will happen.
You got expectations, and
Yeah, hopes and dreams and whatnot. I'm trying to hold to my, ideally, I think we all want to follow the rule of you plan to do 5 things, tell people about 2 of them, and accomplish 7. You know what I mean? That's ideally.
you are fucking with my head with all those crazy kind of
You haven't
fucking
heard of this?
Sudoku bullshit that you.
No,
just
it's like,
put up.
look, if you say to yourself, let's say New Year's Day, you can pick a day, but that's just a good one, because it's easy. New Year's Day, you say, this year, before this time next year, I will accomplish these 5 things. You talk about 2 of them, but you accomplish all of them plus 2 more, like 7.
Okay.
That's ideally what you want to do.
I can understand the
how many people
mentality behind that.
or how many times myself I've done it a billion times where I'll talk about 4 of them and accomplish 1 of them. You know what I mean?
That's why I don't tell anybody about anything, bro.
Yeah, so that's what I'm kind of in right now. Is like I the only thing I can say pretty definitively is I can put out the EP that I've already recorded. You know, that's something I can say.
Well, I
will
mean, that's-
almost definitely happen this year.
That's why I was frustrated with the same thing with my album from last year, where I was hoping to record and release it, but then so many things happen.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't get a chance to do it, and then if you start talking about it, you know, and then you're like, well,
When's that album coming out?
yeah, and you're like, well, fucking.
Turn it into the next GNR album.
Yeah, and Chinese Democracy Part 2 is due on all Tower record shelves.
My next comedy album is be called Albanese Hypocrisy. That's what it is. You know, just get
call
some of
mine
that good
detox.
old fashioned hate for the Albanians going again.
Not enough of that floating around.
Yeah,
these days,
because
man.
really, what have they done lately? And that's my point.
You know how the Albanians just get to exist and
You know how
nobody.
Albanians be all doing things and shit. I have no idea. What,
I like this guy.
Yeah. You're like I have 0 stereotypes for Albanians.
Yeah, right. You
That's
have
what's
to-
good. You want to pick a crew, a culture of people that you can make stereotypes about that nobody would ever question. They'd
That's
be
the
like,
worst.
yeah, you know,
How to-
Albanians
how to
drive
be a
big
despot
trucks.
101.
They're big into trucks and wallpaper. Really?
That's-
Yeah, it's what I know about Albanians, man. They go
very-
crazy for wallpaper.
Reminiscent of one of my favorite Chappelle bits from For What It's Worth, when he talks about what people eat and racism, how people hate racism for Mexicans. They eat, like rice and beans.
Right, right.
You know, and he's like, listen, that's not. He's like, that's not a reason to hate a motherfucker. Okay, it's funny, but it's not a reason to hate a motherfucker. But that's.
I mean, are there? But that's the thing is like, are there people going, damn Mexicans with their beans?
Yeah, bro. You know
right, all
how
right.
people throw it out. You know how people throw out them you old rice and bean eating motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know what I'm saying. But it is that impulse where it's like like there are people who are like, oh, you know how they eat rice and beans.
Yeah, for the longest time when somebody referred to a car as a rice rocket, I didn't know if they were saying like a Mexican guy is driving it or it was made by Japanese people. Turns out it's the made by
Asian.
Japanese.
It's
yeah,
Asians
that's what they're
that-
saying.
yeah,
Yeah, like it's a
Asians.
right, like it runs. Yeah, because they're
well,
big on
also
rice.
because Asian, also, like a lot of Asian racers as well will have
Yeah,
it as well
yeah,
too. But
yeah, exactly.
street
But at the
racing and
time,
stuff.
when somebody said rice rocket, it was always driven by a Mexican dude. So I was like,
yeah.
I guess you don't want to call it a bean rocket. That doesn't sound very. Well, a rice rocket doesn't sound very imposing either.
Yeah, neither one of them is a favorable name. You're really doing the best of the bad here.
Yeah.
This is the village of the damned that we're picking through.
Yeah, it's just the white down in me. It's like, I've got to find a way to hate them.
There's got to
I
be.
got to find a way to make it sound like a bad thing.
I've got to
that
ju-
they're
it's-
driving a reliable vehicle.
It's just a marketing problem. So you've got 2013 expectations.
Yeah. So that's
Reflections.
one. I'd like to expand the Riffin network. We'll see about all that. I've got some plans in mind, but I'm still kind of thinking through everything. I've got a nascent label in the works, so I might be releasing a few comedy albums for other people as well. Teddy, what's your hopes, dreams, whatever,
you know,
expectations, realities?
we're doing a lot of things with the riffing and continuing to try and expand out in terms of both the guest that we bring on here, different sort of comedic perspectives, really kind of showcasing a lot of the different types of personalities that are floating around the scene. And then I think also, just
Yeah, it's funny. When you think about, like we're just doing like we've pretty much almost done only local comics, and we've expanded out from that, but that's our bread and butter, if you will. There is no shortage. We'll never get to the bottom of that barrel.
yeah.
It's amazing.
I mean, that's just, including people who we are great fans of and friends with who we don't get the pleasure of performing with nearly as often enough or seeing. So it's a lot of trying to reach out and build a connection with those people who, you know, we crossed paths with a while back, and just trying to reconnect and, you know, put together some really quality entertainment and, you know, sort of build upon the venue and try to do just a lot of things with that. Going to be covering the LA mayor's race for the great local blog I Am San Fernando.
Nicely done.
IamSanFernando.com. Please check that out. The Valley, San Fernando Valley, will be a pretty important.
Do they vote in San Fernando?
Yeah.
San Fernando voting?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right,
Cool. Getting out there. San Fernando's got a very interesting political history. It's got a lot of political turmoil and just absurdity.
In
that's
fact, the
happened there.
name San Fernando itself is Algonquin for the good land.
Mm.
All right, sorry. That little Wayne's World riff there for you from way back in the day.
But yeah,
Milwaukee.
So I'm doing that. Check out April's blog. It's a tremendous blog there. So I'm gonna be getting my first piece up there pretty soon. But you can check in there for a lot of local coverage for all things.
Are you going to do a YouTube video where you go, I'm Teddy Tutson, and I am San Fernando?
I should do that.
Right.
I should do that. I need to do
And then, like,
something
below, it's got a little asterisk. Actually, he's West Hollywood.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. I mean, you just gotta go. You gotta go with it.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
We need all the help we can get, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got you.
So I got that going on. And, yeah, man, you know, just trying to perform and hit the streets and, you know, just get my recluse on. Do you know what I'm saying?
Word.
You know, try and be a 21st century J.D. Salinger, something like that. Minus the, you know, acrimony and disdain. But probably not.
Word.
So,
All right, well, happy 2013, everybody.
happy 2013.
We'll see you again in a week.
Happy New Year, bitches.
Thanks for listening to Straight Riffin'. You can catch all past and future episodes of Straight Riffin' on the official website riffin.net, riffin.net. Keep in mind, we do air live every Monday night from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time. That's 10 p.m. to midnight for you East Coasters. You can actually watch